Some people believe that cats are cold, that they only stay with us for food or shelter. But anyone who has truly lived with a cat knows, they are full of quiet secrets. A flick of the tail, the way they look at you across the room, the choice of where they rest at night. Every gesture carries meaning. Some of it is love. Some of it is distance. And sometimes, the signs we think are affection are actually a cat's way of saying, I don't feel close to you yet. In this video we're going to walk gently through 15 signs your cat might not love you, or at least not in the way you imagine. Not to hurt your heart but to help it heal. Because once you understand their hidden language, you can begin to build a bond that feels like family. So take a deep breath. This isn't about judgment. It's about discovery. And maybe, about finding new ways to love your little companion even better. Sign number 15, they ignore your voice. Have you ever called your cat's name only to be met with silence? No twitch of an ear, no turn of the head, not even the smallest flicker of acknowledgement. Can feel a little heartbreaking, can't it? Cats are incredibly tuned into sound. Studies show they can recognize their human's voice, even in a crowded room. And while they don't always come running like a dog might, most cats will at least respond with a glance, a tiny stretch, or a soft tail movement. It's their way of saying, I hear you. I know you're mine. But if your cat shows no reaction at all time after time, it may mean they aren't emotionally connected yet. They may see you as background noise rather than comfort. It's not always dislike, but it can reveal a gap in trust and closeness. A cat who loves you deeply will often listen, even when they don't obey. Because to them, your voice is more than sound, it's a familiar melody, a gentle thread that ties them to safety. So when your cat ignores it completely, it might be their way of telling you, I'm not ready to let you into my heart. Sign number 14, they only mark territory away from you. Cats speak in sense more than in sounds. When they rub their cheeks against your leg or brush their body against your arm, they're leaving tiny invisible messages, pheromones that whisper, you're mine. You're safe. I belong with you. It's a ritual of love, a bonding act older than words. But if your cat never does this near you, if they choose to rub against the walls, the corners, the couch, everywhere except where you sit or stand, it may mean something deeper. They're including the house in their circle but not you. Think of it like being part of someone's world but never part of their story. Your scent doesn't mix with theirs, your presence isn't marked as comfort. Of course, not every cat is overly affectionate. Some are shy, some are quiet. But when a cat truly loves and trusts you, they want your scent on them and theirs on you. It's their way of saying, we belong to each other. So if they keep their scent marking far from you, it can be a quiet sign that your bond still has distance. And that your heart hasn't yet been claimed as home. Sign number 13, they hiss, growl, or swat at you often. A hiss is not just a sound. It's a shield. A growl is not just noise. It's a warning, stay back. I don't feel safe. Cats don't lash out without reason. When they hiss, swat, or even bite, they're telling you that your presence, your touch, or your timing doesn't feel right to them. It's not bad behavior. It's a broken piece of communication. Sometimes this happens in moments of stress. Maybe you picked them up when they weren't ready, maybe they were overstimulated, or maybe old fears live in their memory. But if it happens often, especially around you, it's a sign your cat doesn't feel fully secure in your company. Love in the feline world is shown through peace, through softness. A cat who trusts you will relax when you come near. They won't prepare to fight. So when their claws and teeth speak louder than their purrs, it tells you the bond is fragile. The good news is this isn't the end of the story. With patience, respect, and gentleness, even a wary cat can learn that your hands are not danger, but comfort, and that your presence isn't something to resist, but something to rest in. Sign number 12, they stare at you without blinking. In the language of cats, eyes speak volumes. A soft gaze, followed by a slow blink, is their version of saying, I trust you. I feel safe. It's like a quiet kiss given without sound. But what if your cat's eyes feel different? What if they lock onto you with an unblinking stare, pupils wide, posture stiff, tail twitching? That's not tenderness. That's watchfulness. An unblinking stare in the feline world can mean challenge or unease. It's what they do when sizing up a stranger or preparing to protect themselves. And if your cat regularly looks at you this way, it may signal that they haven't let their guard down around you. It's easy to mistake this for curiosity, but context matters. When a stare comes without soft blinks, without relaxation in the body, it's more about survival than love. A cat who adores you will invite you into their quiet rhythm, eyes closing slowly, saying, I choose peace with you. But if their gaze feels sharp, cold, or unrelenting, it may be their way of reminding you, I don't feel safe enough to rest in your presence yet. Sign number 11, they avoid playing with you. Play for cats is more than fun. It's a bonding ritual, a reenactment of the hunt shared with those they trust. When a cat bats at your toy, chases the feather wand you hold, or brings you their favorite ball, it's not just entertainment. It's togetherness. So if your cat avoids play when you invite them, walking away, ignoring your efforts, or only playing when you're not there, it may show distance. They may not yet see you as a joyful part of their world. Of course, some cats are less playful by nature or may be tired or unwell. But when a cat consistently avoids engaging with you, even when healthy and active, it can reveal a lack of emotional closeness. A bonded cat wants to share their prey game with you. They want to chase when you move the toy, not just when it dangles alone. When they don't, it may be their quiet way of saying, "You're not part of my hunt. Not part of my fun." And in the world of cats, being left out of play often means being left out of trust. Sign number 10, they don't groom you. Have you ever felt the soft rasp of your cat's tongue on your hand, or the surprising tickle of them licking your hair? That's not just grooming. That's love. Cats only groom those they truly trust. Their siblings, their bonded companions, and yes, sometimes they're humans. It's called allogrooming, and it's a sacred ritual of closeness. If your cat never does this with you, not a lick on the hand, not a tiny nuzzle turned clean, it may mean they haven't invited you into their inner circle yet. Not all cats are natural groomers, it's true. But a complete absence of this behavior, especially in moments of calm affection, can be a sign of emotional distance. When your cat does groom you, they're saying, "You are family. I care for you as I care for myself." So when it never happens, it may whisper the opposite. "You're still outside the deepest layer of my trust." It doesn't mean they dislike you. But it does mean your bond has room to grow, from caretaker and companion to chosen kin. Sign number 9, their tail language around you is negative. A cat's tail is a living poem. Held high, it's joy. Curved gently, it's curiosity. Wrapped around you, it's love. But not all tail talk sings of closeness. If your cat's tail flicks rapidly, thrashes against the floor, puffs up in alarm, or stays tucked low when you're near, it tells a story of unease. These are signs of tension, stress, even fear. Sometimes a quick flick can mean playful excitement. But a pattern of sharp, restless tail movements when you approach says, "I don't feel relaxed around you." Love in a cat's world is shown through softness. When they greet you with their tail upright, they're waving a flag of affection. When they curl it around your arm or leg, they're saying, "You're part of me." So if your cat's tail tells only stories of agitation in your presence, it may be a sign of emotional distance. A reminder that their body isn't yet at ease with yours. Listen to the tail. It always tells the truth. Sign number 8, they avoid being picked up or touched. Not every cat enjoys being held. That's okay. But there's a difference between preference and rejection. If your cat consistently stiffens, growls, flattens their ears, or wriggles away every time you touch them, it may mean more than, "I don't like being picked up." It may mean, "I don't feel safe in your arms." Bonded cats don't always want constant cuddles. But they usually allow or even initiate moments of closeness. A nudge of the head, a rub against your hand, a slow lean into your touch. When all of that is missing, when your cat avoids every attempt at gentle contact, it often reveals a lack of emotional connection. In the feline world, touch is trust. Allowing hands on fur, bodies close together, is a vulnerable gift. If your cat never offers it, they may still see you as outside their circle of safety. The lesson? Don't force closeness. Respect their boundaries. In time, when they feel you truly listen, they may slowly learn that your hands are not a cage, but comfort. Sign number 7, they never bring you gifts. A sock on the floor. A toy mouse dropped at your feet. A crumpled bit of paper carried proudly across the room. These are not accidents. They are offerings. Cats, in their wild hearts, are hunters. And hunters share food with those they trust. Family, companions, their chosen ones. So when a cat brings you a gift, no matter how small or silly, it's their way of saying, "You are my tribe. I share my world with you." If your cat never does this, not once leaving you a token of their affection, it may mean they don't yet see you as part of their inner circle. Of course, not every cat is a natural gift giver. But the absence of this behavior, especially in otherwise playful cats, can whisper of emotional distance. Because in the secret language of cats, sharing is love. And when they never offer you a piece of their world, it may be their quiet way of saying, "You're not fully included, not yet." Sign number 6, they won't sleep near you. Sleep is surrender. In slumber, a cat is at their most vulnerable. Where they choose to rest tells you where they feel safe. If your cat curls at the foot of your bed, naps on the couch beside you, or tucks themselves into the same room you're in, it's a quiet song of trust. But if they always choose places far away, hidden corners, distant rooms, high perches out of reach, it may show that they don't associate you with safety. They're keeping their guard up even in dreams. Independence is natural. But when closeness never comes, when they never risk relaxation near your heartbeat, it can mean your bond hasn't yet grown deep. A cat who loves you doesn't just want your food or your home. They want your presence in their most delicate hours. So pay attention to where they sleep. Because in silence, in the softest hours of the night, they reveal the truth. Do I feel safe with you, or not yet? Sign number 5. They run or hide when you approach. Love stands still. Fear runs. When your cat bolts under the bed, darts into another room, or hides the moment you step close, it's not just shyness. It's a choice. A choice that says, I don't trust your nearness. A bonded cat may not leap into your arms every time you enter, but they usually stay put. They may glance up, flick their tail, or even stroll toward you. They know your presence means safety, not threat. When a cat flees consistently, it often reflects broken trust or past hurt. They see you as unpredictable or simply not yet safe enough to relax around. This isn't a permanent verdict. It's a message. It says, give me space. Let me learn you slowly. Patience, gentleness, and time can turn running into resting. But if your cat always hides when you come close, it's a clear sign of emotional distance. A quiet truth that closeness hasn't yet taken root. Sign number 4, they don't follow you from room to room. Cats who love deeply often shadow us silently. Not always in your lap, not always underfoot, but near. Watching you work, lying in the hallway, curling on a chair nearby. It's not neediness. It's companionship. It's their way of weaving you into the rhythm of their day. So when your cat never follows, never checks in, never seems curious about where you go, it may mean you're not yet part of their inner circle. They may stay in their own world, content without weaving yours into theirs. And in feline language, that absence can speak louder than words. Bonded cats don't just share space. They share presence. They want to orbit you even from a distance. If your cat makes no effort to track your movements, it's a quiet sign. You are housemate, not heartmate. Love for a cat is often measured in footsteps. When those footsteps never follow you, it may be because they don't yet see you as the center of their home. Sign number 3, they rarely purr around you. A cat's purr is one of the most healing sounds in the world. It's the hum of safety, the melody of comfort, the heartbeat of trust. Cats purr for many reasons, yes, even in pain. But most often they purr when they feel deeply at ease, especially near someone they love. So if your cat seldom purrs with you, particularly during soft moments like petting or quiet companionship, it may reveal distance. They may not yet associate your touch with calm, your presence with peace. Of course, some cats are quieter by nature. But if they purr freely when alone, with toys, or even near others, and not with you, that difference speaks volumes. It whispers, you are not yet my comfort. Love in a cat's voice is often a vibration more than a meow. When that vibration is missing in your company, it can mean your bond still has walls that need to come down. Sign number 2, they never initiate physical contact. One of the most tender signs of feline affection is when they seek you out. When they press their head against your hand, brush your leg as they walk by, or curl beside you without being asked. This is their way of saying, I choose you. So if your cat never initiates contact, if they keep their distance, avoid leaning into touch, or never come closer on their own terms, it may reveal emotional disconnect. Cats don't always crave cuddles. But bonded cats usually offer at least small gestures. A nose boop, a brush of the tail, a gentle nudge. When all of that is missing, it often signals that you're not yet woven into their circle of trust. Love for cats is always voluntary. They must choose it. And when they never reach for you, even in tiny ways, it may be their silent way of saying, you're not the one I lean on, not yet. Sign number 1, they avoid eye contact. In the feline world, eye contact is sacred. Soft eyes, slow blinks, gentle gazes, these are cat kisses, fragile offerings of trust. When your cat looks away, avoids your gaze, or never meets your eyes during peaceful moments, it can mean they don't yet feel secure. Persistent avoidance isn't shyness alone. It's distance. Cats don't lock eyes with those they don't trust. A stare can be a challenge, a threat. So a bonded cat uses gentle glances instead, holding your gaze softly, then closing their eyes, saying, I am safe with you. If this never happens, if your cat always looks away or keeps their eyes guarded, it may mean the bond isn't yet strong. Their heart hasn't yet learned that your gaze is love, not danger. Pay attention to this quiet language, because in their eyes, more than anywhere else, lies the truth of how close they feel to you. Final reflection. If your cat shows many of these signs, don't despair. It doesn't mean they dislike you. It simply means their heart needs more time, more patience, more understanding. Cats are not like dogs, they don't give away trust easily. But when they do, it is pure, it is chosen, and it is forever. Your cat doesn't care how perfect you are. They don't care about your mistakes, your messy days, your flaws. All they want is gentleness, safety, and love given on their terms. With quiet moments, with respect for their boundaries, with consistent kindness, you can slowly turn distance into closeness. And one day, when they curl beside you, purring softly, blinking at you like you're their whole world, you'll know it was worth the wait. Call to action. If this video helped you feel closer to your cat, join our Meowsphere family by liking and subscribing. We're here not just to care for cats, but to love them in the ways they need most. And in the comments, tell us, what's the one small thing your cat does that makes you feel truly loved? We'd love to feature a few of your stories in our next video. Because here in Meowsphere, every cat story matters.